Good evening, viewers. It is another episode of the Weekend Review, where we bring you a wrap of key developments that occurred in the Nigerian economy, financial and capital markets. Let us give you a scope of our coverage for today. The Nigerian Stock Exchange All-Share Index performance, Economy Watch, political updates, and key events and activities from regulators. First, a review of the weekly performance from the Nigeria Stock Exchange. The equities market, investors lost 9.76 billion naira week on week as the NSE/ASI dipped by minus 0.08% to close the week on a negative note. Going to the economy, the National Bureau of Statistics released the Consumer Price Index, which measures inflation, and showed that it increased by 12.56% year-on-year in June 2020. This is 0.16 percent points higher than the rate recorded in May 2020, which was 12.40%. Increases were recorded in all the COICOP divisions that yielded the headline index. On month-on-month basis, the headline index increased by 1.21% in June 2020. This is 0.04% rate higher than the rate recorded in May 2020, which was 1.17%. The percentage change in the average composite CPI for the 12 months period ending June 2020 over the average of the CPI for the previous 12 months period was 11.90%, representing a 0.11 percent point increase from 11.79% recorded in May 2020. The urban inflation rate increased by 13.18% year-on-year in June 2020 from 13.03% recorded in May 2020, while the rural inflation rate increased by 11.99% in June 2020 from 11.83% in May 2020. As for the inflation rate. During the week, the Federal Executive Council approved the 2021 to 2023 Medium-Term Expenditure Framework and Fiscal Strategy Paper with 12.66 trillion naira budget projection for each of the 3 fiscal years. The approval was given at a virtual meeting of the Council presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari. The Minister of State for Finance, Budget and National Planning, Mr. Clement Agba, briefed State House correspondents at the end of the meeting. Mr. Agba listed other projections in the budget to include $40 per barrel oil benchmark, oil production volume of 1.6 million barrels per day, inflation rate of 11.9%, projected gross domestic growth rate of 3%, and revenue target of 7.5 trillion naira. On projected revenue for 2021, the minister said, "I spoke of the various assumptions that have been made in terms of parameters, and those assumptions are what drives revenues that we get, and in terms of how you are able to reflate the economy and spend." During the week, it was a significant moment for the solid minerals industry as President Muhammadu Buhari formally launched the Presidential Artisanal Gold Mining Development Initiative in terms of taking it up to the next level. In his remarks, he said he appreciated the painstaking efforts of all stakeholders who have worked to develop the program that will enable improved sourcing and refining of high-quality gold bars derived from mine fields in Nigeria. According to him, the PAGMI initiative, which was launched in 2019, is well-timed and considers the impact of COVID-19 on the global economy and indeed on the Nigerian economy. He said the impact of COVID-19 and the containment measures designed to slow the spread of the virus has led to a slowdown in global growth, which is projected to decline into negative territory for the first time since the Great Depression. It has also led to a 40% drop in the crude oil prices. According to the president, through the PAGMI initiative and activities in gold mining, which will now be refined, it will create jobs for the economy, provide revenue for the government, and also boost the foreign exchange reserves. It was a touching week as President Muhammadu Buhari and other leaders in the country joined other citizens to pay tribute to Nigeria's first female combat helicopter pilot, Tolulope Arotile, who died through multiple injuries she sustained after her friend accidentally reversed and hit her, according to reports. Until her death, she was the first Nigerian female combatant Airforce military officer who was selfless and dedicated to defending her country. Several leaders in the country described her as a role model to young women and an example of professionalism. The president, who personally witnessed Arotile's skills in flying combat helicopters, saluted her contributions to the nation's battle against terrorism and armed banditry attacks. He assured that her memory will be indelible and her efforts will be remembered. Tolulope Arotile hails from Kogi State, Nigeria. WebTV condoles with her family and prays that they will receive the fortitude to bear this irreparable loss. Still looking at political scene, in the last 2 weeks, the quest for accountability, transparency, and probity has come to the fore in the activities and operations of critical institutions, ministries, departments, agencies, and regional development commissions. From the Anti-Graft Agency, the Economic Financial Crimes Commission, the Niger Delta Development Commission, and the National Social Insurance Trust Fund, the allegations and counter-allegations reinforces the need to take the statements of the Office of the Accountant General and also the Auditor General of the Federation, respectively, most seriously and integral in assessing the compliance level of MDAs when it comes to fiscal discipline and accountability, particularly at a time that we're hearing so much conversations and talks about corruption allegations. Also, the statement by President Muhammadu Buhari that his administration will ensure proper probe of all the issues raised around the aforementioned institutions and government agencies will be monitored closely as Nigerians continue to look at how these developments unfold. WebTV on its part will uphold a high level of professionalism in carrying out the coverage and reports on these developments. Let's go on to events and activities around regulators. From the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Bankers Committee at its meeting of February 18, 2020 approved the go-live on the Global Standing Instruction, GSI, which is aimed at facilitating an improved credit repayment culture, reducing non-performing loans in the Nigerian banking system, and whitelisting consistent loan defaulters. The Central Bank of Nigeria, in collaboration with stakeholders, has developed the necessary protocols to facilitate a seamless implementation of the GSI process, including eligible loans granted from August 28, 2019. Accordingly, the following guidelines to regulate the operations of the Global Standing Instructions is hereby issued for implementation by all banks and other financial institutions with effect from August 1, 2020. And that will be all for this edition of the Week in Review. You can watch our videos, read our news reports, and get analysis by logging on to www.PAGMI.com. We implore you this period to continue to engage in constructive debates, whether it has to be political, economic, and also to learn more from our website on the markets and activities. Till we come your way again, thank you for watching. Have a nice day and stay safe.